This program too is one that goes year round. Am I correct?
That's
You
correct.
don't just stop. But what do you do year round?
Well, one of the things that we probably do more so in the summertime than at any other time is recruit.
Okay.
But we recruit all year round.
All right.
We're interested in trying to make sure that we have our centers, our classroom filled, so that we can better serve our community by assisting and helping the families that we have recruited. So we try to do that with, again, all year round. And then we still have a mindset on what programs we're planning on doing, things that we're trying to tweak and make sure that they're a little bit better than they were before.
So you do recruit all year round, but you do also have special efforts, which I understand are going on now to do recruiting.
Yes.
Again, where would a parent either call, or how would a parent who's interested tonight, or somebody else who's watching, they could call a friend and say, hey, I've been watching Head Start. Not only do they have a good program, they got some good-looking men involved in that program. So how would they go about that?
If they wanted to call us, just give us a call at 671-3960. That's the Head Start number, and they will direct you to a person that can enroll your child. There's some information that we need, but it's nothing strenuous. There's a small application that the family would have to fill out, a small orientation where the family gets acclimated with the Head Start program, and we get acclimated with the parents. We give them a little tour, and they'll be on their way. And
I think the key is that you partner with the parents, and it's not a drop-off where all they do is drop the kids off and expect y'all to do the work.
Right.
But that you encourage them and help them, encourage them to be involved. And I think one of the ladies said, or maybe one of you gentlemen said, that really the parent is the first teacher.
Correct.
And we're not talking about kids as being a baton where they pass them on, but that they hold on, as they say in football, hold on to the ball. Don't fumble the ball.
Right.
And let the other team, and we got some folks out here on the street corners that represent the other team, that love to gobble up our children as well as our young men to take them down what they call the easy path of life, which often leads either to destruction or prison. And so we want to save this generation, who is the young kids of our future. Any other comments you want to make before we close our segment?
Well, we just want to make sure that, like you said, it's not a drop-off. The things that we do at Head Start in both the Webster Center and our outside sites, those things have to be modeled at home, whether it's going over the ABCs or the numbers or the colors or teaching your child to say yes instead of yeah. All those things have to be modeled, and we can't do it in that short time frame that we have. So we ask our parents to be involved, not only with the education, but let your child see you come to the school and maybe read a book or just volunteer some of your time. But we have a lot of activities throughout the year that parents can stay involved in, whether it be with our Parent Policy Council, whether it be with our things like the Fall Festival, Winter Wonderland, Festival of Lights, the Literacy Day. We have tons of activities. So if parents want to be involved in not only being a part of that, but planning those things, please give us a call, because we definitely need new and fresh ideas, and the only way to get change is to be a part of change.
Right.
And to be a part of their children's life.
Right.
Let's not wait until December the 25th, which we call Christmas, to give kids a present, P-R-E-S-E-N-T. But for 365 days and nights, give them your presents, P-R-E-S-E-N-C-E. That's far more important than buying them something.
Yes, indeed.
But being there to guide them, to encourage them, make them feel safe, make them feel stable. Gentlemen, thank you again for coming by Captions, and thank you more for being a part of Head Start.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
We're going to have another important segment coming up next, and I hope that you will stay tuned. And again, call your friends, your neighbors.
This is the day Peoria's first charter school opened its door to its students with its highly qualified and committed staff members. There cannot be any better investment than opening a new school for any community, and Peoria is having it today. This dream wouldn't become a reality without our board members. They have been working for this project for years, and their commitment to this project impressed me every single day. And on behalf of PCSI board, I would like to thank Mr. Barton for leading this project. Thank you. This dream wouldn't become reality without the support of District 150, who authorized the school and provided us a nice building. And they've been so helpful when we struggled and need help. And I would like to thank them for supporting us on this project. This dream wouldn't become reality without the support of the entire Peoria community and organizations without their generous contributions. And they have been coming over here to the school, physically helping, cleaning, and in order to get the school ready for its first day. And I appreciate the community for their support. This city and its people keep impressing me every single day since I moved here. Our promise is to Peoria and its students is to provide top-notch education by replicating Concept School's proven success. And today is the first day of our journey. And as we stated in our pledge, we are on a quest to be the best.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
For facing the frightening news no woman wants to hear with courage, and embracing the reality of losing your hair with dignity. For carrying your kids' memories into chemotherapy while clinging to the collective faith of your family. For confronting fear as broad as the mountain is tall. For my Aunt Ronnie, who proudly emerged from it all
victorious.
Cancer is affecting us in record numbers. Get information about treatment and prevention at cancer.org.
Well, welcome back to Captions, and I tell you, I'm certain that you'll find this segment to be as interesting as the first two segments. As you can see, I have two special guests. I have sitting immediately to my left, Joyce Banks, and to her left, Jay Pearson. Welcome to Captions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joyce, you and I have been around quite a few years, and you've been involved in a number of things, and I've been involved with a number of things. What are you now involved in our community?
Well, I'm here with the Peoria Citizens Committee for Economic Opportunity and project coordinator for a program called Shwari Chengo, which means Peaceful Village.
Fantastic.
And that's a violence intervention and prevention program that is housed at Manual High School.
Well, that's great. And how long has this program been in existence?
We're in our second year now.
Second year, okay. And what about you, Jay? What is your involvement with Ms. Banks, if any?
Well, she has always been a mentor of ours in the community, but it's good to work hand in hand with her in the same program, in the mentoring program. I'm one of the facilitators and mentors of the group, along with just some other gentlemen from the community, but I work with Youth for Christ, so I'm doing ministries in all the high schools with the teenagers, so this is just a wonderful piece of the ministry.
I've heard some term, something about men of valor. Am I correct at that?
Yes.
Are you involved in that at all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what is that? What is the Men in Valor?
Men of Valor is definitely the group that we work with. We're trying to have the young men understand how valuable they are, not only to themselves or their family, but the community and the future. And that men of valor are something they can take pride in, that they are a group of men trying to strive for not selfish reasons, but community reasons, and that we talk about how we can prevent some of the challenges of the community. We want to instill in them positive solutions to the challenges of this world, because, no matter who you are, you're going to have to live here.
Right.
But your mindset and your way that you approach things will make you a man of valor, will make you strong enough to understand that I have to make a change. I have to stand strong and be the man that I'm called to be.
Well, I am not surprised that you want to be a part of that and try to do all you can along with all the other men to help our men realize their value and reach their full potential.
Yes.
And I'm really not surprised that Joyce, that this isn't something that you're not involved in. Probably all the way up to your ankles and elbows, because
Fully supported.
anything that deals with community building, people building, you've always had an interest in and have really always had an impact on. Can you share what basically this program entails as far as what you're doing?
Men of Valor, if we just think about that name, and with Jay's spiritual life, I try to say background, but that's who he is, and
Right.
he's valuable as a part of the program because of that. But if we remember in Sunday school, we talked about Gideon.
Right.
And Gideon, God came to him and called him man of valor. At that time, he didn't see himself to be a man of valor. And oftentimes our young men, our young boys don't see themselves as being of value. Right. And what these men are doing by working with those boys is saying, you are really a man of valor, and helping them grow up to that, to fill out those shoes.
Right.
So we have, we've engaged, we partner with District 150, and right now we're at Manual Middle and High School and at Treewind Middle School, and in October we hope to be at Harrison Community Learning Center. So we're growing, and we're working with the young men in that. And it is, I'm a facilitator for the facilitators.
Okay.
Because it's really the men working with the men.
Right.
In there. So I do the paperwork.
Okay.
For them, but these men are volunteers.
Okay.
So they're leaving their jobs. There are some who have retired, and they're giving of themselves because who was that said? We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are it.
Right.
And so we are doing what we have always been doing, reaching out.
Well, I tell you, I am so glad to hear about this program, because the only thing that we ever hear about are the negatives.
Oh, yeah.
And I would hope that maybe the Journal-Star would reach out and help to publicize this program. All summer long, we've heard about the so-called violence that has involved our men, but as I tell people, for every man that's going astray, we've got a whole lot of men in this community that are trying to do the right thing.
Oh, yes, sir.
And I'm so glad that you're on here tonight for our viewers to see that there are men of valor who are trying to work with young men to make them men of valor, and to protect and encourage and to motivate people in our community. You're like what I call the silent majority, and then we have the loud minority in terms of what goes on in our community.
Right.
Those that do the wrong thing make the headlines. People like yourselves that are trying to do the right thing is kind of a well-kept secret.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that the two of you are here tonight to share about this program. In fact, isn't there some kind of a special activity that's going to be going on to be a part of what you're doing?
Well, it's a part of Shwari Chengo. There's a couple other things we're doing, but one that ties in with working with African American boys in particular. We are hosting a summit, we're calling that, and it's called Raising Him Alone.